più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle
So you ask a lot of people what the most interesting or most impressive thing about barbecue is. It's taking like a piece of meat that's not very good and turning it into something that's really special. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. You've seen now the barbacoa video, the beef cheek video. You've seen how much scraps we get whenever we trim our beef cheeks, and then this is just our barbacoa scraps. I talked in the beef cheek video also about how if we're not careful, we can just stack up barbacoa and we'll have a bunch of it just on hand all the time. When that happens, we have to find ways to use that meat and turn it into something different, turn it into something else. We're making a sausage today. We're gonna use the worst possible cut of meat like on the cow. Like this, just fascia, fat, sinew, nastiness, beef cheek scraps. But we're gonna make meatball sausage with it, okay? We're gonna grind it through a small die a couple times. We're gonna add some breadcrumbs, some Parmesan cheese, some eggs, some Italian herbs, granulated garlic, some crushed red pepper flakes. We're essentially gonna make meatballs out of it, but we're gonna put it into a casing. We're gonna take a marinara sauce that we make out of tomato paste, some Italian herbs, and some water, and then we're gonna braise it in there so they are already cooked through, and then those sausages are gonna get smoked just for a little bit to get heated up on the smoker. It's really, really awesome. It's a delicious meatball. All of the kind of collagen and stuff from the cheeks, from all this fat, from all this kind of meat scraps get released into that marinara sauce, and it just becomes super unctuous and super delicious, and it's just really, really good. So let's do it. First thing I'm gonna do is put the big scraps through the grinder on this big plate. Then I'm gonna change the plate to a smaller die. We really wanna cut up all of these little scraps as much as we can to get them as small as we possibly can. Just because, like I said before, you know, there's a lot of like sinew and stuff in here. Wanna break them down as much as we possibly can before they go into the cooking process. So here we go. Yummy! Okay, going in with some spices and some herbs, Italian herbs, probably basil, marjoram, Italian stuff. My dad says Italian dressing. I always thought that was funny. Granulated garlic. It's not garlic powder. It's an important distinction. Garlic powder sucks. Parmesan cheese. It's croutons. House-made croutons. These are gonna get all ground up and essentially be like breadcrumbs. About 12 eggs per batch, so 24. Switching dies, we're going from the 10 millimeter to the 4.5 millimeter die. Gotta put the blade in there, huh? Let's do that. Oh, shit! These already smell like really good meatballs. All the spices, the garlic. Eggs are gonna act as a binder. The bread crumbs are gonna kind of soak up a little bit of the fat, kind of help to keep it moist and act as a binder as well.
I'll work it. Oh yeah.
Double grind after everything's been mixed in the salt. Oh, you know we didn't mix it into here is motherfucking crushed reds. That's a spicy meatball. Oh, did we put fennel seed in this?
No.
A little bit of fennel seed. It always makes a really nice Italian sausage. All right, we're doing up a little marinara for our meatball sausages. I've just got some tomato paste, some garlic, granulated garlic, Italian herbs, some salt, crushed red peppers. Same stuff that goes going in the meatball sausage. We just want to reinforce those flavors. Kind of a poor man's marinara, right? Tomato paste, it's not like the real shit. But the point of this is just to have a tomatoey braising liquid for our sausages because they're gonna be really tasty. The point is to have a liquid for the meatball sausages to braise in so they can make this sauce all gelatinous and beefy and stuff. That'll do, pig. So I put a little bit of red wine vinegar in there just to add just a little tang for a little bit of extra liquid in there too. Just gonna mix it up, then we're gonna start casing. Stuffing up the sausage tube with our meatball mix. Link. Pinch it. One full revolution. It's a nice little link. Just like with the duck confit we saw, or sorry, the duck boudin a couple weeks ago, we saw casing these pretty quickly and not that concerned about the air and stuff that's in them, because these are going to cook for a long time. These are going to braise in that tomato sauce before they ever get smoked. So they're going to, so I'm not that concerned about the emulsification in there. They're going to break down, everything in there is going to break down. They're going to leach out a lot of liquid. So I'm just trying to kind of go through it quickly. I use a lot of fun equipment this whole time. They had a smoker there that was kind of cool. It was like all electric and stuff, but I mean, it was good for the charcuterie and the beef jerky and stuff. One time I dropped the grinder blade into the grinder and completely screwed up the whole fucking grinder thing there, so that was fun. Honestly, it was pretty influential, like working there. Just being able to mess with all the charcuterie and have fun with all the stuff there. I mean, they get in really incredible food and meat. I mean, look at that sausage. That's just going to be really good.
Sorry, what?
They do a really good job there. Made a lot of charcuterie, cured a bunch of hams and stuff. Really got an opportunity to cook some different barbecue there. Before Leroy and Lewis opened, I was kind of doing some pop-ups and stuff there. I did an all lamb barbecue. I know me and Brad were saying earlier the lamb gets kind of shit on in barbecue circles, but it's really, really good. I did some lamb ribs. We did a lamb sausage. We did some pulled lamb. We also did some beans that had lamb offal in it. They had lamb testicles, lamb fries. They're actually really good. They're kind of creamy.
You don't say.
It's really good. Lamb kidneys in there too, lamb livers. We did a lamb fat mashed potatoes. That was really good. So this recipe is actually really good. Even if you are not casing up all of these sausages, you can just use it for like a meatball recipe. And it'll still be really, really tasty. We could do that. We could just not even case these and make them all into meatballs and still braise them the same way and heat them up the same way, and it would still be really, really good. It would totally work if you do not have just the worst meat. I mean, we're using the worst meat from this, right? So you can definitely do it with whole cheeks. They'll be even fattier, or sorry, they'll be meatier. You can do it with, you know, a typical kind of you know, meatball blend of like beef, pork, veal if you wanted to. I'm sure that would be really good. Look at that, packed in there just like little sardines. We don't need a lot on here, just a little bit of liquid. It's gonna be enough just to cover. Just gonna cover these up. Juices and fat are gonna leach out of the meatballs. They're gonna kind of thin out this sauce a little bit. Layers of flavor, brother. What we want to do is reach like over 200 inside the temperature, inside the sausage, because that's when we know they'll be all completely like broken down. All the collagen will be out of it and stuff too. Get up to 212, that'll be, you know, everything will be nice and released, and that's like the boiling temperature, so everything will be completely broken down by then. Yeah, we tasted one of the meatballs, and just like for salt, and I mean, it tasted really good just without even breaking everything down. But it's going to be even better once it's kind of all like gelatinous and sticky and yummy. Damn it, they smell so goddamn good. Little toasty bread here. This should be garlic bread. We got our Sunday gravy. This is the marinara that's been braised, and all the kind of sausages and all the like beef cheek juices and fat and collagen-y deliciousness have come out of it. You can see how different it looks from when it, you know, went over the sausages. So it looks so good. We're cased, braised in the sauce, and then smoked on the offset pit. You can see exactly just how tender they are. I really want to give you that cross section to see exactly how juicy that is. There's so much juice in there. They have the nice little, just barely a smoke ring in there from just that little bit of time on the pit. Yes, I'm gonna set this right on here. Just like a cheek, all the gelatin, all the juiciness. You can see little pieces of the fennel seed and stuff in there. And the casing itself has also been cooked down a lot, so it's super tender and it's easily bite through. I'm gonna put a little bit of queso fresco on here. If I had some Parmesan, I'd do that, but like I said at the beginning of this video, some of the most impressive things about barbecue are taking things that, you know, you might not be able to just cook themselves in that way or very quickly to make them taste really good, but through the transformative process of cooking and of barbecue with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of skill, and a little bit of adventurous creativity, we can create something really good and really special. Oh, fuck, that is good. This is how we do it. I'll put that up against any Italian sausage, any meatball, anywhere. God, that is good. It was a good breakfast.